Julius Malema has unleashed a fierce warning to President Cyril Ramaphosa: withdraw the appointment of Cachalia, or face the might of the Constitutional Court. What sounds like political theater is quickly becoming a high-stakes legal battle with serious implications for governance, the rule of law, and institutional trust. Malema, leader of the Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF, says the EFF has formally written to President Ramaphosa demanding that the controversial appointment be reversed immediately. He argues that continuing with it would amount to constitutional delinquency, a direct affront to the foundational principles that bind South Africa's democracy. The EFF claims it will bring the matter to the Constitutional Court if Ramaphosa does not back down. A public video carrying the warning is circulating online under the title, "Withdraw Cachalia Appointment or Face Con Court." On the other side, Cachalia and those in his corner maintain that the acting appointment is constitutional, permissible under the law, and in line with precedent. Some argue that invalidating his decisions later could have chaotic ripple effects, but that hinges on whether a court finds that the appointment violated constitutional or statutory requirements. Cachalia, a seasoned legal mind and former provincial executive, is no stranger to public service. His biography includes years of work in Gauteng's executive and academic spheres, and he has served on boards and in civil society roles. Yet with this new role as Acting National Minister of Police, appointed July 2025, the controversy now centers around legitimacy, process, and accountability. One of the critical angles here is whether the procedural route Ramaphosa used to appoint Cachalia bypassed checks that ordinarily apply to such high office. If courts find procedural flaws, the consequences could be serious, not just for this appointment but for any actions Cachalia takes while in office. Critics warn that decisions made under an invalid appointment might themselves become legally nullified. Malema frames his ultimatum in dramatic terms: either Ramaphosa retreats or the EFF will force the battle before South Africa's apex court. The message is bold: a president accused of violating the constitution faces judicial scrutiny, not just political pressure. Supporters of Malema see this as defending constitutional values, detractors see it as political grandstanding. But the tension is real. The timing adds salt to the wound. South Africa is navigating multiple institutional pressures: public trust in policing, rising crime, and scrutiny over governmental appointments. Placing an acting police minister whose appointment is disputed only intensifies the strain. The question on many lips: can law enforcement remain stable amid such turbulence? If this matter lands in the Constitutional Court, it will be more than a showdown over one appointment. It will test boundaries: how far the executive can stretch its powers, how robust judicial review must be, and whether political calculations can override constitutional rigor. A verdict they could set powerful precedent. For Ramaphosa, capitulating would be a political blow. But pressing ahead risks a court finding against him, undermining authority and legitimacy. The middle ground is slim. For Malema, the stakes are reputational as much as legal, to claim he stood firm for constitutional order. Is this bravado or constitutional guardianship? Only time, and possibly the highest court, will tell. But one thing is certain: the showdown is now public, dramatic, and full of consequences for the future of South African democracy. If you want to stay up to date with the fallout, the court filings, the counterarguments, and the judgment when it lands, and not miss the next explosive development, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. You don't want to miss what comes next.